Back straight, shoulders back, chin square. Start. Retnick asks, why doesn't this channel have 1 million subscribers yet? Well, Retnick, the short answer is that we suck. To explain why Honey Badger Radio is a failure and also sucks, I have to start with a how-to for creating a successful YouTube channel. But first, I'm going to yell at you guys for a bit. As I predicted 3 months ago, Google has decided it doesn't like our kind around here and has started the final solution. Demonetization and throttling was just the start. Now they're sandboxing wrong-think videos to create their perfect utopia, where no one mentions any unsanctioned racial or sexual differences that Google doesn't agree with. I mean, the ones it agrees with are okay, but the ones it doesn't agree with, not so much. Now this will not do. And because it will not do, I've finally gotten around to doing something I've been thinking about doing for 2 years. I've created a site that aggregates all our RSS feeds. What that means for you is that all you have to do to keep track of all of our podcasts, streams, reduced shows, blog posts, and videos is go to badgerfeed.com. badgerfeed.com. In addition, I've enabled push notifications that will go out to your desktop and hopefully with the next update to your mobile devices. So you can sign up at that website and be notified instantly of any new Badger content. We don't need YouTube. We can do this old school. Now here's where the yelling starts. I've heard other YouTubers talk about how if their audience consumes their content but doesn't support them financially, they're moochers or entitled or stealing. I've never done that, and I have never gotten behind the sentiments behind that. But this I am going to do. If you don't go to badgerfeed.com and sign up for notifications or at least bookmark it, if I see 7,000 views down there and not 7,000 signups on badgerfeed.com, I am going to be really cross. Because here's the thing. Google does not want us here. And Google controls my ability to sit here and talk to you. At some point, Google's forbearance will run out. And then what? I can understand if you like us and you don't have the means to donate, or if you're just apathetic and you're a tightwad, but it takes exactly 7 seconds to go to badgerfeed.com and sign up for notifications, which completely cuts Google's algorithm and all their bullshit not sending notifications out of the equation entirely. So if you like Honey Badger Radio, then make the 7-second effort to turn on notifications at badgerfeed.com. Moving on. Hat tip to Your Movie Sucks for some of these tactics. The rest of this came mostly from the industry stream at VidCon. How to create a successful YouTube channel. Number 1, you need a personality. Loud and wacky works well. Unfortunately, it also ages poorly, but that's another discussion for another day. 2, follow trends. If everyone's talking about Anita Sarkeesian's ass hair, make a video on top 5 ways Sarkeesian's ass hair will surprise you. 3, create derivative content so that you will get as much exposure in the related category as possible. 4, from rule 2 and 3, we get rule 4. Avoid original content. Original content is by definition not trending content or derivative content. And worst of all original content is not content derivative of trending content. That means you can't work the related algorithm. 5, don't be smart. It's impossible for your content to be too stupid. Aim for a third grade vocabulary. 6, avoid challenging content. Don't be political. And if you are political, find an already established political viewpoint, derivative, and make sure not to question the core beliefs of your audience. Then talk about current events from that viewpoint, trending. Now, there is a place in the YouTube ecology for channels that have opinions contrary to the mainstream, or at least slightly contrary. First off, they can piggyback on an already established political or social viewpoint, conservatism, libertarianism, atheism, etc., in order to appease the relevant content algorithm. If they do so, they better be sure to uphold the core beliefs of their audience. Secondly, they can criticize an already existing viewpoint, but they must do it in a way that's simplistic, or you might say accessible if you want to be polite, derivative, and trending. Now let's look at all of the algorithmic rules that Honey Badger Radio breaks. 1, well, we all have personalities. It's hard to avoid that. However, we have a lot of different personalities and beliefs, which means anyone who sticks around has to either like all of us or like 1 or 2 of us more than they hate all of the others. 2, follow trends. This is one we don't really do because trends don't always intersect with talking about men's issues. However, you'll notice our Breaking Badger has started to hit the trends because, well, there's no point failing if you don't have to. 3, create derivative content. Unfortunately, this rule we break like a nuclear bomb blowing up a glass factory. Looking at the world through the lens of compassion for men is an original viewpoint, just about as original as you can get. So we can create content that's derivative in subject, but not derivative of an already established political or social viewpoint. 4, avoid original content. Honey Badger Radio, unfortunately, also cannot avoid original content. We can't avoid original ideas because we're exploring genuinely virgin territory. One more rule broken. 5, don't be smart. To be even curious about something new, you have to be smart. So another rule smashed to bits. And 6, don't be challenging. Now, what I'm about to say might come across as a little bit challenging. Fundamentally, I oppose the idea that there is any idea, any assumption, or any conclusion that can't be questioned. In no uncertain terms, I believe any physical or emotional violence enacted to prevent questioning is immoral. It is more immoral to prevent questioning than Holocaust denial, racism, sexism, or any of the isms. Nothing justifies preventing people from questioning. Putting this in liberal terms, this is prejudice, disenfranchisement, oppression to those of us who are not physically capable of changing our perception of reality to conform to authority. We do not believe your truth because you have told us that they are truths. There should be no unquestionable assumptions, no unquestionable ideas. That's about as challenging as it gets, folks, because all groups, and I mean all, are based around a core of unchallengeable assumptions. That means Honey Badger Radio is poking a lot of sacred cows. And also that we probably have some unchallenged assumptions ourselves, but as long as you know about it, right? So let's look again at the rules for creating a successful YouTube channel and look at what kind of audience you attract when you break them. 1, without a focus on loud, wacky personalities, we avoid attracting people who just want to be entertained or exist in a cult of personality. 2, because we don't have an emphasis on trending topics, we attract people who don't follow trends, at least not religiously. 3, our content is not derivative. Therefore, we attract people who are not afraid of new stuff. 4, our content is original. Therefore, we attract people interested in new ideas, creatives, innovators, first adopters. 5, our content is smart, so we attract smart people, except for Hokie. 6, we challenge and question all of those unquestionable assumptions that people have, including all of the political and social viewpoints and those of our own political social viewpoints and those of our own audience. Meaning, if you're going to stick around here, you possess an unusual level of emotional resilience. We question your sacred cows, and you stick with us. You are stubborn, persistent, determined people. And the final one, it has nothing at all to do with YouTube's algorithm. Honey Badger Radio has been lied about by the media almost since its inception. So anyone who sticks with us isn't swayed by media opinion, isn't swayed by authority edict. Instead of a YouTube channel, imagine Honey Badger Radio as more of a sieve, sifting out the intelligent, creative, resilient, stubborn, independent thinkers and questioners. Geez, what could you do with a critical mass of that kind of person? What could you do with a community of that type of person who created every major advancement in human history? What couldn't you do? Yeah, we do suck, from a certain point of view. And I'm not about to stop sucking anytime soon. Okay, I'm going to shill now. If you don't want to hear it, then please click away at this time. You could go to badgerfeed.com and sign up for notifications or bookmark it. Are you okay with me shilling? Are you absolutely sure? Am I going to get more upset messages in the comment section? Because at this point, if you stay for this, it's on you. Okay, today I'm going to read out some testimonials of happy Honey Badger Discord denizens. If you want to avail yourself of our special content and lively Discord, please go here. And sign up for a monthly pledge. In her response to why she supports Honey Badger Radio, Tiny Giraffe writes, "Becoming a patron was an easy decision. If an idiot like myself can learn more from the HBR channel in a month than any of my paid-for subjects this semester, you certainly offer a valuable service that should be allowed to continue and grow." Thank you, Tiny Giraffe. Also, you are incredibly hot and not an idiot. Adder impines. Adder opines. I believe in everything HBR stands for. I appreciate the emphasis placed on male vulnerability and female responsibility in the various mission statements I've seen. And I believe that Allison is correct, that the way to get there is through artists, and there needs to be a place where they can speak of men's issues unabashedly. I also think Allison's vision is most adept to genuinely solving these issues. She knows what's important, and such knowledge is desperately lacking in the larger anti-social justice sphere. Yeah, why? She's just really like blowing smoke up my ass. Well-behaved women don't make history, defending the defense of men, and similar videos are very compelling to me, and I think those sorts of messages are needed. MRAs often lose the rhetoric game not because they're wrong, but because the game's deliberately rigged. Broader, more esoteric messages like those in the monologue videos are a step towards fixing that game. I see HBR's relative lack of popularity as a reflection of people and the general fear of addressing men's issues. The quality of HBR's content is such that people who can't appreciate it are just fucked in the head, in my opinion. You're absolutely right, Adder. Everybody who isn't a Honey Badger listener is fucked in the head. Okay, Tank of Doom says the following. I knew there were inequalities in how men and women were treated under the law. Some of them I already knew about. Family court, the draft, grants for college. A few others were new to me, like criminal sentencing, the legal definition of rape, and rape shield laws. But HBR put it all together for me in one giant stinking pile of horse shit. I couldn't see the forest for the trees. I'm a nobody. I have a tiny voice that only carries so far. HBR is large and loud. I want to help them get louder. So to paraphrase the immortal words of Jane Cobb, I'm just happy to be doing good works. On the subject of why he became a patron, Flying Gopnik writes, a social climate where people express opinions by anonymously spending money. Allison's persistent badgering and access to the aftershows and Discord is nice. That's nice and short and sweet. Thank you, Flying Gopnik. I'm glad you enjoy the fire hose of shitlordery that is our Discord. I have done my best to build a community of I don't know how to define you guys. Questioners, which in some ways is sort of like building a building out of antimatter. But at the end of the day, if you're going to take away anything, it's this. It's not what you believe, it's how you treat those who don't believe what you believe. And if you want to support building a community based on that, go here. This is actually really difficult to do because you gotta sort of guess. Anyway, and if you don't like Patreon, you can go here. It'll be at the end of the... Fuck it, I'm done.